Alright, hello fellow YouTubers and Reef tank, Reef aquarium hobbyists. Today I'm going to be starting a 2.5 gallon PICO jar reef tank. So I'm going to go through some of the basic stuff I have, basic setup, and then get it set up. So we have the jar itself, which is 2.5 gallons, has a metal lid. I have just about 4.5 pounds of rock. This came out of an aquarium about 2 years ago and has been sitting dry, so I don't expect to get a lot of bacteria or anything off of it, if any, but we will see. Let's see, I'm going to be using Instant Ocean reef crystals, reef salts. Hopefully get some other goodies in there as far as trace elements and things go. We got 20 pounds of live sand. I'm not sure if I will be using all of that, but I will definitely be using most of it. So I'll let you know how much of that I actually use. For circulation, I'm going to be using this Nat Geo adjustable air pump. It has 4 outputs, low, medium, and high speeds. It can do up to 75 gallons apparently, so it should be more than adequate, even with just one pump. And then obviously the tubing and the air stones for that. So oh, and also distilled water, so we don't have to use tap because that's bad. Alright, the sand is in. It's probably about 1/6 of the way up the jar. I used a little less than half, so probably about 8 pounds or so of it in there. I think that should be sufficient, at least to start. We'll see. If I notice, I can add some more. Alright, I have moved the jar to where it will be sitting, at least for now. Sand is in. The airlines are in. I decided to go with 2 of them. Again, it has the capacity for 4, but I think 2, along with its 3 speeds, should provide plenty of flow and diversity of flow should I wish to change it up. Rock is in. All 6 pounds or so is in. 8 pounds of sand. Probably end up being about 1.5 gallons of water when it's all said and done. So I'm going to fill it up and add the BioClear gel, and I'll get back to you guys. Alright, it is filled up. The bubbler is on. Right now I have it on the low setting. It's kind of hard to tell how much flow we've got going on in there, obviously because it's super cloudy. But I do see some particles in there floating around, moving around, which is a good sign. I was kind of skeptical when I saw these jar and vase builds online that only had bubblers creating the flow, but I was mistaken, so I will check back in when it is fully cleared up. Alright, we are back. It's been a few hours since the water and the clarifying agent from the sand have been added to the jar. It's pretty clear, which I'm really happy about. I mean, it's not a lot of water. I had to take a little bit of the water out. The lid there was the bubbles were coming up to the surface and then popping and splattering. They were getting the lid wet and it was starting to trickle back down outside of the jar, which we don't want. So I took a little bit of water out, so it's probably, like 1.2 or 3 so gallons of actual water. You have the sand and the rock that are displacing a lot of that. Pretty good flow is being created, I think, just with those 2 air stones and that pump on its medium setting. It's a little noisy, but that's just because there are 2 valves not in use. I think if I get some stoppers or something and plug those up, it'll be close to silent, which is really good. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the jar so far. And obviously more videos will follow as we start to stock it with maybe an invert or 2, a few soft corals. I'm not really sure yet what we're going to do completely, but we're just going to kind of play by ear.